Oh, I'm sure they got some.
Very up and down game. I mean, in terms of your team's playing, the other team's playing, and officiating and everything. What did you think?
You know, it just, I mean, San Jose State does a great job of making games really ugly. And she does a great job. She really, really does. You know, sometimes you get caught in, you know, their pace and you don't want to, but it just sucks you in. There was a point in time where not a whole lot of fouls were being called, and there was a point in time they just started being aggressors and driving, and then every foul was called. So, you know, you couldn't get, and I wasn't going to get it caught up in the officiating. I didn't know if it was good, bad. I'll watch tape on it, but I just know for us, we needed to calm down in some spots, and we needed to run offense, and we didn't do a good job at times, and then other times did a really good job. So their pace is frantic. It's tough sometimes. She does a nice job, and it was a good win. I thought we played pretty well. I really do. And I thought, you know, San Jose State was what? They were 4-3 coming in. They had some pretty good quality wins. They should have beat Boise State. They had an opportunity with Colorado State. So they've played some of the big dogs that we haven't played yet, and they've played them well. You know, we have to get better. I think we're doing that, and I like our response after a really, really poor Wyoming showing.
Coach, you talked about, you know, the offensive light maybe, you know, is flickering, he's on, and you guys have a solid night shooting.
Yeah.
And the 22 turnovers.
Yeah.
What was happening there?
Well, it was bad turnovers. I mean, Linnea dribbled off someone else's foot on our team. It was Bryce throwing it out of bounds when Whitney was supposed to be behind the line of the ball. It was people not doing their jobs. And then we just fumbled some of the stuff. So I don't know. I'd like to, again, you know, watching tape, I like to see how many were actually off their press and then that last play we're running, Jada just throws it right to the defender. I mean, it was just an unbelievable bad decision on her part. And, you know, I've got some young kids still that just aren't making great decisions, but in order for them to get better, they got to keep working on them, and we got to keep working with them. And we will, you know, we will. But I thought there was some solid play off the bench. I thought Linnea was pretty solid. Alex did a pretty good job in there. You know, Emily didn't get a lot of minutes, but, you know, obviously Jayza is just solid. Jayza's good, and she gave us a good lift. And, you know, I've got to get some of the other players that aren't playing as much, you know, just some – I know this sounds weird, but some confidence. But they've got to – produce in practice and make sure that I know they're not going to make mistake after mistake so they can go in there. And then when they go in there, it's like Alex. Alex wasn't playing much early. She got in the rotation. She makes mistakes, but she's playing with a little bit of confidence now and getting rebounds. I think she had 5 rebounds. So stuff like that, I think it's good.
You kind of got what you wanted out of the post today, I thought.
Yeah. And we emphasize it so much. I'm surprised the guards even took any shots. But, you know, I thought the guards were hot early. I thought the post did a nice job with Khadijah and Whitney starting it off and Jayza helping out there. You know, Kiana still has to take shots, and I don't know what it's going to take for her to take shots, but she needs to. And then everybody else pitched in.
What does it mean for this program to have someone like Khadijah, 1,000 points and 500 rebounds?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tremendous honor for her. She came in and she wasn't really a scorer. She was an athletic kid who played defense and got a ton of rebounds. And she's really developed into a scorer. High post shot, low post shot. I don't know what her free throws, but she's 2 for 4, which is unlike her. She's usually pretty solid at the line. And Khadijah's special, and she's going to be really special not only this year, but, you know, I mean, you'll hear her name 4, 5, 6, 7 years down the line when you're talking about Lobo women's basketball.
Like that, I mean, obviously they tempt you to get in that up and down.
They do.
Like at times, you guys did it a little bit and were pretty effective doing it.
Yeah, you just have to be careful. But yeah, I mean, I think we did, and you know, you'll get in it a couple of times and you'll be successful, and then you get a taste of it, and it's almost like golf, and that's what keeps you back because you get a good shot and then you have 9 bad shots. Yeah, and this team will do the same thing. You got 4 or 5 possessions where we did well, and then, you know, a couple will throw it away or we take a bad shot, and you know, we've got to understand the tempo and the pace and what our capabilities are, and it's a good thing.
Also felt like Jen had one of her better
She did. I'm not gonna jack with a starting lineup any. I just think that people are gonna come around, and I thought Janin offensively, and then just in tune, had one of her better games. She was, 3 for 5. She had 5 points, or 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and no turnovers. So that's pretty good. Defense has to get a little bit better, but all our freshmen do. So I'm not going to just pick on Janin about the defense. And I thought she played with confidence, and it was good to see her back.
Coach, you talked about letting people work through their mistakes and stuff, but today it seemed in particular when there were mental mistakes, you were...
I did. And the biggest thing was because a couple of them have certain specified things that I want them to do. One was, and KP probably got the brunt of it, but her job is to play defense. I put her in to guard 21, and they get an N1 right away. And I just, if you have one job, that's your job, and that's what you got to do. And I couldn't find, aside from Charisse and whoever the point guard was, and that was kind of iffy, that other guard to guard players. And so I did pull the trigger a little bit today, and I think they knew why. I mean, I needed specific things done when I put them in and told them that, and they didn't do them, and I took them back out. And I said, look, I told you one thing and one thing only, and that's just youth and making mistakes. Now, if there's other mistakes that I'll let them play through, there's times I will, but there was a couple times when I had the quick trigger that they were supposed to do one specific thing and just didn't do it. All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Ken, if this is recorded, if you forget on that concussion you had.
How does it feel to join that club?
I'm really excited, especially since there's not a lot of people who have done it in the history of UNM women's basketball, so it's a pretty exciting thing.
Were you aware of the shot that got you there?
No. I knew that I was like somewhere around, but I don't remember exactly which one. The team's excited because this is what we needed to get back on track. We needed this win, especially since San Jose has been doing so well in our league. So it was definitely a big win for us.
Khadijah, does it help too that you guys get such a big win on top of your accolade of 1,000 points?
Oh yeah, we had to get the win because otherwise it wouldn't be as cool. It's like, oh yeah, that one day when I got my 1,000 point, yeah, we lost. Like that doesn't sound good. So it's great to have both of them coincide together.
How do you think the offense is coming along? You guys have had so many struggles, and then you come out and shoot so well tonight.
It was good. Our offense is coming along because people are knocking down shots in practice, and it's just a matter of transferring that over to the games and not being afraid to take the shot. And I think tonight a lot of people weren't afraid to shoot, and they were falling, so it was really good for us.
Is it hard playing a team like that? That I mean, they kind of force it into a sloppy game. I mean, with a lot of turnovers and things like and fouls and things like that.
I think a lot of the girls enjoyed it because it kind of brings you back to like AAU when everyone just wants to run as fast as you can and get a layup, like, and go on the back and forth game of who can run faster and like who can get the transition point. And so I enjoyed it, and I think a lot of other people on the team enjoyed it as well.